I'm going to be driving from the UK to the French Alps, specifically from Liverpool to the French Alps, and I'm going to try and do it on one full tank.
So my plan is to leave Liverpool at around 3 AM in the morning, heading towards London where I'll be picking up my companion. Then we'll head to Dover to catch a ferry over to France, and we'll stay in Lille for the New Year's. Next day we'll head towards the French Alps.
Hello everyone, my name is Chris. Welcome to this YouTube channel. This channel should have been started a long time ago, but New Year's resolutions and that, I decided it's time to start. I've got some exciting stuff coming, so make sure you come along this journey with me. The reason why I've decided to do this test is because of the following clip. Play.
Volkswagen, aus Liebe zum Automobil.
It produces 130 brake horsepower and it's equipped with a 5-speed gearbox. The car's covered 183,000 miles since new, and surprisingly it drives very well. Taking into account the modern cars, the likes of the EcoBoost or the wet belts, which are installed quite often nowadays, they don't even make it past the 40k mark. The reason why I've chosen this car for the test, because these 1.9s are known to be one of the best ones out there. If you've been on YouTube for a while, you might remember Auto Alex. He reviewed an Audi A4 which covered 500,000 miles and it was still running and driving very well. And furthermore, Calvin from Car Diaries has also reviewed one of these Passats, and he also explained how good these cars are.
Like with any other of my cars, before such a long journey, I'm going to replace the fuel filter, air filter, cabin filter, oil filter, fresh coolant to prevent freezing up in a cold climate, engine flush, and also fresh oil. Also going to be putting on 4 winter tyres alongside front discs and pads in order to improve the grip and overall safety on the road.
Using the jack, I've lifted the car so it's tilted so I can fill it right up to the neck of the tank. As you can see, we are full. 246. I've reset the speedometer. We're heading southbound to pick up my companion. According to the online research, the best fuel economy is between 60 and 70 mile an hour. So throughout this journey all the way to Dover, I'm going to try and coast between 60 and 70 to keep that average miles to the gallon as low as I can. M6 down south. So I've done 100 miles since leaving the house, and the fuel gauge has still not moved. It's still where it was when I left the house. The dash says I can do 505 miles on this tank, so it just keeps going up. Let's just hope it just carries on increasing.
So guys, I've done 170 miles and the fuel gauge has not moved, not even the slightest.
200 miles since we left and the fuel gauge still hasn't moved. Stopped at the services for a little break, and that's where I'm meeting my companion for the trip. So after driving 207 miles, the fuel gauge has slightly moved, ever so slightly. So I'm now at the Port of Dover. I have done 313 miles and I have, I'd say 75% left. So we are in France now. So far we've done 315 miles and gauge has just slightly moved up. So I think we're doing good so far for the trip. Let's see what happens next. So we do have very strong winds today. I don't know if you can hear. And also it's, when we're traveling, it's very hilly. So it's literally up, down. So that will have an effect on the consumption of the car. I think we're doing good. So far 460 miles and we still have more than half a tank left. So I've almost done 500 miles and we are almost at half a tank. To the place where we stay in the night, we have 380 miles. I'm hoping to get there on the fuel that I have. We are 280 miles away from our hotel for the night. We are entering the Alps now. You can tell by the weather outside, snow, and it's 0 the temperature outside, so getting colder and colder the closer we get. I've covered 657 miles and to the hotel we have 218, so we're just going to keep going and we'll see what happens. $813 miles and we are still going. So we've done 8 miles since leaving the house and the fuel line has been on for quite some time now. The range is saying 10 miles, but we're not taking no chances. I'm happy.
Volkswagen. Aus Liebe zum Automobil.
We have just arrived and we have covered 842 miles on 1 litre of tap on 1 full tank.
So it is now the next morning and we are climbing up the mountains and heading to the last destination of the trip, which is our hotel. The hotel is half an hour away from the ski resort where we'll be going up to every single day, and the ski resort is called Alpe de Huez. Now it's a demanding drive, hilly conditions, cold, and honestly the car drove flawlessly throughout the whole trip. The heated seats were just a bonus to have in these cold conditions. Now here's a few clips from the trip and I hope you guys enjoy. Guys, we're entering some hill areas, as you can tell by the snow. It's getting colder and colder. We've just gone past a sign that said that tyre and chains are wrapped around it, so I'm guessing during bad weather it gets very snowy around it to the point where you can't go up these hills without snow chains. Guys, we've just finished our skiing trip up in the Alps. We've done test number 1 coming here, where I drove it around the 60 to 70. On our way back now, I'm going to cruise between 70 to 80. In France, the speed limit is 130 kilometers, so that's an average of about 80 miles an hour. So we're about to fuel up now at Intermarché, and I won't be jacking the car like I did the very first time. Up until the dispenser kicks off, that'll be it. And I'm going to reset the trip and we'll see how many miles we do on our way back home.